This is the Real X-Men, part 3 of this pretty much hero series out of the great book of Jasher. We'll continue. Last time we left off where Shechem had agreed to have the whole city circumcised in order to get Dinah, the sister of the of Jacob's sons. And we're going to continue. We're in Jasher Chapter 33. We're on verse 51. And on the next day, Shechem and Hamor, his father, rose up early in the morning, and they assembled all the men of their city into the middle of the city. And they called for the sons of Jacob, who circumcised every male belonging to them on that day and the next. So it was 2 days of circumcision. A lot of foreskin laying around there. But obviously it wasn't customary for these people to have the extra skin on their phallus, shaved off. They just kept the foreskin on it. So it wasn't customary for them to do it. And you see a lot of people today, argue that this is some kind of torture or something like that. But for a Hebrew, this is what we do. We cut our foreskin off. We deem it being a little bit clean. It's easier to clean it and just to keep it for the most part clean. But it's showing that you are part of the covenant that Abraham made with the Most High. And they circumcised Shechem and Hamor his father. They even circumcised the king of the town and the 5 brothers of Shechem. And then everyone rose up and went home. For this thing was from Yah against the city of Shechem, and from Yah was Simeon's counsel in this matter, in order that Yah might deliver the city of Shechem into the hands of Jacob's 2 sons. Now, in the previous one, when I said they rose up, that was in Genesis 34, verse 24. Now we see. So when you're reading in the Bible, you see, Simeon and Levi, they was wicked. Nah. This was from Yah, the counsel that Simeon had with the brothers of Jacob was from Yah as well. Like I said before, if you have a problem with that, take it up with Yah. Now you see why you have to take it up with Yah if you don't like what they were doing. All right, now we have chapter 34 in the great book of Jasher, verse 1. And the number of all the males that were circumcised were 645 men and 246 children. So you add that up, got 265 men. You have, let's see, 240 men, 406. So you have about 500. So you have about 500 kids. I mean, you have about 500 people getting circumcised. You know what I'm saying? And obviously, the women, there is female circumcision, but obviously, we're talking about the men and the children, the male children. Those are the ones getting circumcised. Okay. All right, but Chiddekem, son of Pered, the father of Hamor, and his 6 brothers, notice the number 6, there's always some imperfection there, would not listen unto Shechem and his father Hamor, and they would not be circumcised. All right, well, good for them. That's what they're Canaanites. They're proud of their culture, and, they want to stand up to this. They have a problem with this. And for the proposal of the sons of Jacob was loathsome in their sight, and their anger was greatly roused at this, that the people of the city had not hearkened to them. So it's a situation where you have 2 people who firmly believe in what they're doing, and they don't want to change something just because one female comes in town and their brother loves this female so much they're not willing to change. And in the evening of the 2nd day they found 8 small children who had not been circumcised, for their mothers had concealed them from Shechem and his father Hamor, and from the men of the city. So very good by these women. They want to take up for their sons, so they hid them. And obviously this was delightful, a sense of pride for Pered and Hamor. For Chiddekem. And Shechem and his father Hamor sent to have them brought before them to be circumcised, when Chiddekem and his 6 brothers sprang at them with their swords and sought to slay them. All right, just like you see in some movies, when you have counsel and there is a skirmish a skirmish between opposing sides, and sometimes this happens. And they sought to slay Shechem and his father Hamor, and they sought to slay Dinah with them on account of this matter. So they was really wroth. They had a lot of wrath in them. It's like, man, this is your fault, woman, and you, our brother and our father, you guys got this whole town getting circumcised. And they said unto them, what is this thing that you have done? Are there no women amongst the daughters of your brethren, the Canaanites, that you wish to take unto yourselves daughters of the Hebrews, specifically Hebrews, whom ye knew not before, and will do this act which your fathers never commanded you? You never got circumcised. All of a sudden you got this broad come in and you want to do this because these her brothers said you need to be circumcised in order to do this, when you are the man and that female should do what you want her to do. So you can kind of see where this guy was coming from. Do you imagine that you will succeed through this act which you have done? And what will your answer in this affair to your brethren the Canaanites, who will come tomorrow and ask you concerning this thing? And if your act shall not appear just and good in their sight, what will you do for your lives, and us for our lives, and you're not having hearkened to our voices? So he put it on the table. Like, when these Canaanites come tomorrow, man, what you gonna do? You know, what can you say to them that you doing some things that some Hebrew doing? And you know, obviously they speak down upon a Hebrew. It sounds like to me. So, you know, it's gonna be a situation where, you know, it's like do or die. They gonna slay their own brother. And if the inhabitants of the land and all your brethren, the children of Ham, shall hear of your acts, saying, all right, obviously two different people, Ham, Shemitic. You got Hamite people and you got Shemitic people. On account of a Hebrew woman did Shechem and Hamor his father and all the inhabitants of their city do that with which they had been unacquainted, and which their ancestors never commanded them. Where then will you fly, or where conceal your shame all your days before your brethren, the inhabitants of the land of Canaan? Now therefore we cannot bear up against this thing which you have done, neither can we be burdened with this yoke upon us, which our ancestors did not command us. So, you know, you got to give it to them, man. They undoubtedly have a respect for their ancestors and for their culture and the traditions of what they do. So they undoubtedly have a respect. So they're like, you know, these are Hebrews, you know, speaking down upon them, obviously. And why are you taking on the custom of a Hebrew, is what they're saying. Behold, tomorrow we will go and assemble all our brethren, the Canaanitish brethren who dwell in the land, and we will all come and smite you and all those who trust in you, that there should not be a remnant left from you or them. And when Hamor and his son Shechem and all the people of the city heard the words of Shechem and his brothers, they were terribly afraid for their lives at their words, and they repented of what they had done. So here we have some of them. We have we have their brothers talking about them, trying to, I guess, put some sense in their head, like, what are you doing? You know, you're a Canaanite, you're Hamites. Why are you doing things to these Shemitic Hebrew people? You know? And Shechem and his father Hamor answered their father Chiddekem and his brethren. And they said unto them, all the words which you spoken to us are true. So, sense was finally popped in their head. Now they're thinking. Alright, we're going to stop right there. The 10 minutes is almost up. I hope you are enjoying this true origins. So, as you can see, the origins come from a raped woman. Really, revenge on a raped woman. And you're going to see the things, the powers that these Hebrews will possess as I continue to read. But you have to know the origins. The origins came from, really, Dinah. You always hear about the 12 tribes of Israel. But the power is going to come out from what this Canaanite man did to their sister. All right, hope you enjoyed that. Uh, the X-Men, the true X-Men, real origins, and we will get at you on chapter 4 on the next one. Shalom.